Well, joining in for the discussion, we've got with us Vinayak Chatterjee, he's the chairman of Feedback Infra. We also have Mr. Y.D. Murthy, who's the president of finance at NCC. Gentlemen, lovely to have you with us. Thanks much for taking time out and joining in. Mr. Chatterjee, I'm going to begin with you. Let's just talk about what this lockdown across the country means, because there have been labor issues, there will be a hit on margins, fixed costs as well continue. So how dire is the scenario?
The scenario is dire for two major reasons. One, the huge liquidity issue which we discussed last time also when we spoke on your channel, both Mr. Murthy and I. And the second issue is the gathering serious apprehension that a large portion of the construction workforce who have left their sites and gone back to their homes or other places may not come back in time for work resumes as and when it resumes. So these are the two big worries, but I'm afraid I will have to leave you now because I have to switch off at 10. So please excuse me and we can pick up the details at some future date. Thank you.
Right. I just wanted to get in a take from you, Mr. Chatterjee, as to how difficult you think it's going to be now, for the laborers as of now, because they have seemed to have gone back home. Do you think that this overall migration issue will really have a hefty bearing and pose as a major challenge for the sector? I think we seem to have snapped that line, but we will be reconnecting with Mr. Chatterjee. In the meantime, I would like to connect then with Mr. Murthy. Mr. Murthy, hi there. Good morning. Thanks so much for taking time out. Just give us a sense as to what exactly the scenario is with for the company. You just heard out Mr. Chatterjee spelling out a lot of the concerns due to the lockdown, the migration of workers, the complete standstill in activity. So definitely we are seeing things in a very precarious state right now.
Yeah, the construction sector has come to a grinding standstill. No work is happening, and many of the workers are migrating. They are planning to go back to their villages, but because of the action at the borders, they are again stopped at the border and put in relief camps, etc. Assuming that the lockdown is lifted soon. These workers are likely to go back to their native places, spend some time there with families, and then only come back to the construction sites, which means even after lockdown is lifted, the work at sites may not commence immediately, because most of these workers are in a transit. They are on their way back to their homes, and usually they would like to go back home and spend some time with their families, and then only come back to the project sites. So the work is definitely stalled at this point in time, but it is not likely to start in the immediate future, even after lockdown is lifted on 15th.
Could you just give us a sense that because of the lockdown and the fact that migrant labor has come back, what is the estimated loss to you? How many project sites have come to a standstill? And are there any clauses which you have right now which you'll have to honor in terms of meeting a deadline?
Yeah, see, first of all, the construction activity has come to a standstill across all our projects, period. There is no reason for any further discussion on that. Now, to restart also, it is likely to take at least 2 to 3 months for these laborers to go back to their villages and again come back and assemble at the project sites. That is our gut feeling, and that means another 2 to 3 months work may not commence in these project sites. As far as the payments are concerned, some relief is there in terms of Reserve Bank permitting 3 months interest deferral, and also the term loan installment deferral for 3 months. But nevertheless, we have to take care of various other payments like labor wages, payments to subcontractors, LC payments, because they are contractual obligations, and LCs are irrevocable in nature. So naturally the payments have to be taken care. All these things are required. And on the other side, the government agencies, because their focus has shifted towards containment of the virus and taking care of the people in the relief camps, etc., the payments that are need to be given to construction companies are not coming in good measure. So the inflow is curtailed and the outflow is likely to continue. That is a big problem we are all facing.
Okay. Now, when you said things will normalize in 2 or 3 months, can I safely assume that, look, it's going to be not 2 or 3 months, it could be 5 to 6 months, because after 2 or 3 months, we will have monsoons in part of India. Construction automatically stops because of monsoon in certain parts of India. So looks like there could be 2 lost quarters for the construction industry.
Absolutely. Definitely. One is return of the people for work. Other one is the macro environment and various issues. And as you rightly put in, the second quarter, monsoon will be there. Construction activity will be hampered to a large extent, assuming that monsoon is normal. So all these factors are there. For the construction industry to come back on a normal position, it may take minimum 6 months.
Okay. Now you have interest outgoes, and banks have also cut their repo rate and also their borrowing rate. Post the credit policy, whichever bank you bank with, have they really passed on a rate benefit to you on your term loans, on your other various LCs and various working capital loans, or as of now the RBI cut has turned up to be a paper tiger only?
As of now, nothing has happened. It may take some time for banks to come back with their MCLR reduction, etc. It is likely to happen, but as of now, it has not happened. But one positive thing is banks are talking of a 10% working capital loan as an additional facility to all the construction companies and even other manufacturing companies also, which means additional funding will be available. Recently, SBI has come out with a circular saying that 10% of the fund-based limits will be given as an additional loan by way of a demand loan for a period of 12 months. So these kind of measures will help construction companies to have liquidity in hand to take care of their immediate payment requirements.
Time, and thank you for joining us. Well, the CEO of